Hello there everybody, JT Bear here and welcome back to Bear Family Farms. We're taking a quick moment, hanging out in the chicken pen, kind of observing them, seeing how these ladies are doing with, well, just getting used to more of a homestead environment. And I thought I would share with you just one of the coolest things about moving to a small town, especially being, well, I was somewhat jaded. I grew up in a very large city, Vancouver, port community. I did security for almost a decade, so that didn't necessarily put people in general in the best light. So I was, very much jaded. I moved to the city thinking the worst about people, or I moved from the city, I should say, thinking the worst about people in general. And I want to show you something just totally cool that one of the people in town did for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Just kind of took the day and made us a wooden egg. So Harold is a wonderfully skilled woodworker, and I'm going to link his web presence in the description. Please check it out. He has done some amazing woodwork, and every year at the fair you can see his stuff. It is just, I've done some woodwork in my time, and what he does is just phenomenal. So when Chox was talking to him about the fact that we needed a wooden egg, he was more than happy to help us out, and I just kind of assumed he had a lathe and quickly would spin one off, but he clearly took the time to hand carve us a quick wooden egg. And now he commented that he didn't necessarily understand why we needed it, but he was happy to help all the same. So I gotta say, small town people, moving out here has been just so good for my soul. I feel so much better about humanity as a species since I've been in this little town. It's incredible. But anyway, oops. Why did we inquire about a wooden egg, you may ask? And that is a reasonable question. It does look like these ladies are adapting quite well to the homestead kind of salad bar option we have presented. Just kind of scraped up some of the kitchen scraps that we've thrown in here over the last few days, put them into that margarine container that used to be their water bowl, and it looks like they kind of understand what's going on here. This is kind of fun. We found this old, I don't know, Fisher-Price toy, the dog's going crazy in the background, in a box of like Tupperware, I think it was, that we saved from the garbage areas, which is a whole other conversation, and we'll get into that in another video. Laz, please chill out, buddy. Anyway, we thought maybe the chickens might have a little fun playing with that. I have yet to catch them doing so. But this, sort of a salad bar bowl, seems to be working out much better than putting these things into the overall compost pile. Here's one of the Bettys. Here's both the Bettys, how convenient, climbing around in there. Now I have just turned this today, so we've got some radish sprouts on top that weren't there yesterday. We've got some thistle up here. And ultimately it is creating a very interesting sort of, I don't know, buffet of greens. And having been probably caged birds, I don't really know for sure. Haven't mustered up the nuts to ask him, you know. But anyway, they probably haven't seen this sort of wild forage before. And I have to say, these two gingers are taking to that much better. But we still have the overall problem of, I think they grew up in cages, therefore if they feel the urge to lay an egg, they just kind of drop it wherever. And for the one we call Bunty, wherever, has tended to be this corner here. She likes to lay them there. One of the Bettys, because they're laying the white eggs. Oh, that dog is just driving me nuts. They seem to lay it here, and I've seen a white egg show up over there, and I found a white egg kind of over here. Found one over there. Found a few over here. Now, I looked at some YouTube videos, and a lot of them said try golf balls, but okay, now when I put a golf ball down somewhere, the girls no longer use that location. So with no golf ball, Bunty laid one of her signature little brown ones in that corner, and one of the Bettys laid their white ones there, and that was all good. And another one of the Bettys laid a white one over there. So that was a good day around here. 3 eggs is a very good day here. But the golf ball was over there. So that really didn't help. Now, as I mentioned, we have the decoy egg. This is more the shape of an egg, and this is more the feel of an egg, we'll say. In the temperature, as it gets cooler, this is going to feel more like an egg. It's not going to be like a stone and get super cold. So yeah, hopefully this is similar enough to an actual egg that when I put it over here in the corner, because this is the most used egg laying location, so we're going to put it there for now. Still not a nest box. We're working on that, but baby steps, right? Have you seen What About Bob? Baby steps. So hopefully with that wooden egg in the corner, what's going to happen now is that when they lay their eggs and I come to collect them, there's still going to be something there. Now, apparently the psychology is something along the lines of when they lay the eggs and they're constantly removed and there's nothing there for them when they go back and check later, they kind of decide, well, maybe I should put this egg somewhere else. It's clearly not safe there. And the logic is not unreasonable. However, we want our hens to lay the eggs in the same place every time. That's why generally people make nesting boxes and stuff. And I have tried that. That's what the litter box over in the corner is all about. I'll show you that. We've got Gordo's old litter box. Now that he's an outdoor cat, he doesn't use this thing. We sterilized it completely, filled it up with wood chips. It's beautiful, it's clean. The hens wanted nothing to do with it. As just a bottom, they perched on it, pooped in it, and that was all well and good. But we tried, you know, using it as a nesting box. They wanted no part of that. We tried putting the golf ball fake eggs in there, and again, that was not good enough. But since Harold was good enough to make us our little wooden decoy egg, hopefully they'll notice that. They'll start laying their eggs with that, around that, and behaving in a more chicken-like fashion, and we can count on them to at least be in the same place every time. Now, this coop is not the penthouse at the Ritz. It doesn't take me a long time to search down all the eggs, but it would be really, really nice to have these guys, or gals, I should say, figure out what a nesting box is and, you know, to lay their eggs there in a kind of a regular fashion. Now, first I'm going to have to train them to lay with an egg because they don't seem to understand that laying together is kind of how other chickens do it. The other day I found a brown and a white egg together, as I think I mentioned earlier in this video, and I think that is the first time since these ladies got here back on, I believe it was the 19th of last month, that I have seen 2 eggs side by side. So we are making progress. I'm hoping the wooden egg will help us with that, and then eventually I'm hoping we'll transition that wooden egg into the litter box again, or I'll build a nesting box. And maybe we can start getting them behaving like proper chickens before we hatch out some more chickens to go with this, and those new hens pick up the characteristics of these ones. It would be nice if these hens could teach them some positive skills. You know, like foraging in the compost. That is a good positive skill. And on that note, I've stepped out so I can deal with Sir Whiny Face here, the dog. I give you this quick shot of the ladies as we close it off for today's video. Hope you all have enjoyed this little visit. As always, take care, my friends. Happy harvests. And of course, blessed be. Is there something you would like to share with the crowd, big guy? Oh, suddenly now that the camera's on you, you've got nothing to say? Amazing how that works, isn't it? You're cute, though. That's why we don't ask you to do math. Alrighty, back to the video then. Cool, buddy. Thanks.